Hey out there, legal warriors. Driving while license suspended in the third degree. What is it? How to avoid it? How to defend it? Even if you're not charged with driving while license suspended in the third degree, this is an important video to watch because it's the most common way your license can be suspended. So stay tuned. My name is Attorney Lance Fryrear. I'm a defense attorney in Lynnwood, Washington. My law firm's been defending people charged with crimes for more than 20 years, and I'm putting out these videos to help educate the public. So if you find this useful, please like and please subscribe. More people will get the help they need. Now I'm just going to jump right into it. Driving while license suspended in the third degree. So what is that? What are the penalties? What to do about it, how to defend it, stuff like that. I'm going to cover that here. So driving a license suspended in the third degree means that your license, your driver's license in Washington State has been suspended for some reason, but you're eligible at the present time to reinstate your license. And so the most common way that you can be suspended in the third degree is an unpaid ticket. Hey, you got a traffic ticket, you forgot about it, you didn't send it in. You sent it in and had a hearing date, but you didn't show up for the hearing date. You didn't pay the ticket. You didn't, something like that, where it involves a traffic ticket is the most common way to be suspended in the third degree. There's some other ways too, but let's just stick with that. So how do you normally find out you're suspended in the third degree? Well, hopefully you've got sent a letter from Department of Licensing that says, hey, we're going to suspend you for not paying your ticket. Or another way is you had a criminal traffic matter and you warranted on the criminal traffic matter, and we're going to suspend you because you're on a warrant at a criminal traffic matter. You got another bigger problem, a warrant, but you're also now suspended to the third degree because you're eligible to reinstate by clearing the warrant, or in the traffic ticket situation, paying the traffic ticket. So hopefully you found out by getting a letter. If that's the case, you're just going to pay it, right? But if you're watching this video, you could be charged with a crime for driving on suspended to the third degree. You may have found out about it because you got pulled over by a police officer. They said, hey, you're suspended. You go, oh my God, I didn't even know. Or, oh, I thought I paid that. But whatever it is, if you get charged with driving while license suspended to the third degree, the maximum penalty is 90 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. So what happens then when you get charged with driving while license suspended third? You're going to get a court date, right? The first court date is called an arraignment. An arraignment, that's where they take a plea of not guilty and set additional court dates. So I already covered sort of, what is it, how do you get suspended in the third degree? That was number one. Number two then is, how do we defend driving while license suspended in the third degree? Well, after we plead not guilty, right, typically there's going to be pretrial hearings. And the pretrial hearing is going to be a month or two after the arraignment. And so what we want to do is try to figure out how it is that you can get your driver's license unsuspended. Okay, if you get your license unsuspended, it doesn't undo the original criminality of the driving on a suspended license, but it really does make a big difference to the prosecutor in the court because it's not the most serious offense unless you have a lot of priors, right? Then it's pretty serious. But we want to delay the case long enough, and that's what a private attorney can do. We can continue it for multiple pretrial hearings. We want to do our research into your licensing records to see what it is you need to do to get your license back, right? We can also defend it by seeing if the notice was correctly issued to you or not about your suspension. Remember, you should get a letter. Now, the law says, hey, you don't need to have actual proof that the driver got the letter about the suspension, but they do need to show that they sent the letter to whatever address they had on record for you through official sources. So if we were to run into a situation where they sent the suspension notice to 6820 instead of 8820, which is clearly a typo, well, that might be a notice defense, a due process defense, where we can get your case dismissed. If they send it to an old address of yours, but you don't have proof you updated them on their official systems for your new address, then that's not going to be a defense because it's on us to update Department of Licensing. But the bottom line is, if you get your license back, then we're going to be in a better shape to negotiate with the prosecutor. And that moves on to number three. Number three, what are the likely outcomes that you might be able to expect in a driving while license suspended third degree case? Well, hopefully you can get the prosecutor to reduce your charge to like a traffic infraction, so it ends up not being criminal. There's like a no valid operator license with ID type charge, which is like a traffic infraction, okay, not a crime. Or sometimes you might get the prosecutor to dismiss it altogether, right? And certainly, if you get your license back, we want to make sure if we have to plead guilty to something that you're not going to go to jail, because the problem's already solved if you got your license back, right? And if you've had a whole bunch of driving unsuspended, then we need to show the prosecutor that, hey, we've taken some precautions to make sure this doesn't happen again. Now, what if you're not able to what if I can't get my license back, Lance? I'm suspended and I've got, $8,000 worth of tickets and I don't have a job. Well, then we're just trying to get the prosecutor to take into account the overall situation, show them that you're not going to keep driving on a suspended, okay, by having the case pass some time with no problems, and then try to get the best result we can where you don't end up in jail. If you don't get your license back, they probably won't reduce it to an infraction, but there's still a good chance that if we can go some time without problems, that we can keep you from going to jail, because you really shouldn't have to go to jail if you can't afford to get your license back. You just, because of tickets and things, but you really just need to stop driving. So hopefully that helps. You don't want to give up hope if you have a suspended license, third-degree charge. Sometimes you can handle that without an attorney, though it's always a very good idea to get an attorney if you can, because we're going to know how it actually works, and hopefully to know how to deal with your particular prosecutor in your particular court to try to make it easy on you, because it's stressful and we don't want you to end up in jail. We don't want you to end up with a conviction of a crime if we can avoid it. So if you found this useful, please like, please subscribe. More people will get to see it. And then more importantly, if you have this type of charge, if you need some help, be it driving while license suspended third degree or even a worse second or first degree, feel free to reach out to my firm. We've been doing this for more than 20 years. We'll listen to what happened. We'll identify a way forward, and we will be there for you. Thank you.